Good morning, hello, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I will be giving you a prediction reading for the 23rd of November. Now if you are new, please subscribe. I just let my guys' channel through to you, and of course hit those like buttons guys, and please comment down below. First off, I just wanted to start by letting you guys know what's happening a little bit here in Australia. I tend to keep you guys up to date with, you know, we're all having a little bit of a different journey where we're living. The latest here is huge nurse strikes tomorrow. I think they are massive because they want a pay rise, of course, and also they're short-staffed. Funny that when you bring in mandates, it does tend to do that, doesn't it? So they're complaining about their staff to patient ratios, of course. So yes, we've got big nurses strikes here happening in Australia. And the other thing is, of course, oh yes, the RBA, which is the I think it's the Reserve Bank of Australia that stands for, is continuing to put interest rates up. They came on and explained that there will be very erratic leading up to Christmas, more interest rate rises right into all next year, right up to 2024, they've just admitted. And they also, yes, it's hard to believe, I know, but they are also blaming climate change for putting house interest rates up and like interest rates. So climate change seems to be creating a lot of things, doesn't it? So I don't know how anyone can join the dots with that, but that's what they're using now, is that climate change. Seems to cause a lot of things, climate change, doesn't it? Oh, honestly, they just straight out lying to people now. People have to be seeing this because that is just ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, we'll just keep doing our thing. All right, I'll close my eyes. We'll get started. Enough of Australia. I think that's all I had to tell you. Oh, yes, they're giving them heaps about the flooding in that town of Yagara here. They're all calling out. Now, Elbow went and visited the flooded towns. Actually, that's a little bit more information for you. And everyone was calling him out and saying, well, where were you, mate? You were overseas, flying your jet overseas and, you know, not helping the little people. And, of course, they're sending money everywhere again. Australia's donating money to, I don't even know where they're sending it this time. But the little people were saying, well, why aren't you helping your own country? You're sending money overseas and you know, jet setting. He'd be staying in nice motels and everything over there. I could imagine the accommodation. So people are calling it out, and that's on mainstream media. So we know sleepwalkers are seeing this stuff. They are, because it's being highlighted to them. Okay, I don't know for what reason. When it's on mainstream media, we always question these things, don't we? All right, I'll get started and we'll see what comes up. Oh, they're showing me like a big statement. It's like, behold, the truth is finally coming out. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting, behold, the truth is coming out. Oh, could you imagine, like, I mean, we get so excited if any little tiny droplet of truth comes out. Imagine if something really big comes out. Oh, it'd be incredible, wouldn't it? I saw something about, speaking of truth, I saw something about that Hunter Biden laptop thing again being investigated. Oh, that'd be a miracle. Imagine the truth of all that coming out and how Biden's kept it all quiet. Wouldn't that be just the big, oh, it'd just be a big, oh, unveiling of the lies and deception. It'd be great. So I am getting this, behold the truths. The truths. So maybe there's more than one that's coming out. Hunter Biden laptop could be one of them. They can't keep pushing that under the carpet forever. Oh, he's had ties with China and everything, like, you know. Anyone else, that'd be a thorough investigation, wouldn't it? So I am getting that. There's truths coming out. You know, and this could also still be that whistleblowers thing. I've talked about that before. There's a lot of people that want to tell their truths that have been suppressed. And they get suppressed for a long time. We know that happens. People get payouts. People give them hush money. But people still want to tell their truths. You know, people don't always want the hush money. They want to be rid of their burdens and come out with the truth. We know that happens a lot. And it might not happen like at the time, but it might happen like 2 or 3 years on, or even longer sometimes. So I am getting that. The truths. And that's why these truth movements, I keep talking about these groups coming together, these doctors and things that are telling their truth about being silenced, and that there's a heap of them in Melbourne. There's a lot of truths coming out. We've just got to get it to the sleepwalkers somehow. It's very hard when it's not on mainstream media. It's pushed down the algorithms. They're not even searching for it because they don't want to look, because they're in their denial bubble suits. It's very frustrating times, this, isn't it, guys? I know you understand. I know, Louise, you and I often have a little rant about our frustrations. All right, I'll see what else we get today. Oh, God, they're giving me a little... They're giving me this little song, and it's called... well, it's a Christmas song, actually, and it's called We Need Little Christmas right this very minute. La 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 la, cause we need little Christmas. I think some of you have just had Thanksgiving, haven't you? We don't do Thanksgiving really in Australia. It's not something that we really understand. It's about thanking the people around you and being grateful for what you have, isn't it? But I am getting this. Well, I think that's what it is. If it's not, let me know down below what Thanksgiving is, because we don't really have it in Australia. But I'm getting that we need a little Christmas. I think what the guides are kind of saying is that it brings us a little bit of joy. Like Christmas can bring us all a little bit of joy. It's almost like things stop a little bit at Christmas. Everyone, well, not in the last couple of years, it wasn't like that. But I do feel there's going to be a lot more... Excuse me, guys. Everyone's tired of having crappy Christmases. There's going to be a lot more normality around Christmas. A lot more fun, a lot more getting together. As much as they try and destroy it again, as we know, with their, the airlines might be, having strikes and all the threats of don't travel anywhere and trying to keep people apart. But I do feel like this Christmas is going to feel a lot more normal for everyone. This is globally. There's going to be a lot more reconnecting. People are going to leave things in the past. See, the thing is, the sleepwalkers, they can't keep hanging on to all this because they've all had the CV virus. It's run through the whole countryside. Everybody's had it. They can keep getting their jab wheel, whatever, but they should be feeling protected anyway if they've had their jab wheel. So I am getting this more of this coming together, Christmas parties again, gatherings, and that's why we're getting that. We need a little Christmas because we all need something to like switch off and have some fun. That's what I'm getting that song for. Okay, let's see where else we go today. God, I'm getting an Aussie tune. And it's and the band played Waltzing Matilda, and it's like, it represents to me veterans. It's like a war tune. It's like Anzacs. It's like it's showing me like a march past of Anzacs, remembering war times. I'm getting this nostalgia feeling. I'm getting this nostalgic feeling. And the band played Waltzing Matilda. I'm not sure of the song. I'll have to look it up, guys, and let you know what that is. I know the song. I think what they're saying, I think what the guides are saying is this: people are really sick of this whole fight and this battle. I know we all are, aren't we? This has been a real battle. It's kind of showing me, you know what it's showing me? It's showing me that us, the Braveheart bikers, it's almost showing me like now we're joining in on these like servicemen and women like marches. It's so strange, but what they're saying is like the battles that we've endured, meaning discrimination, the mandates, being ostracized, it's now... this is where things are shifting, and we're now being Well, I guess you could say, not really looked up to, but we're being looked at. That's why we're getting the march past, and we're in this like march past. There's like the Navy, the firefighters marching, the army soldiers marching, and then you've got the Braveheart bikers. Oh my God, tagged on at the end of the march past, because they're like the ones that fought for freedom. It's the same sort of thing. Even though we didn't go into battle and we weren't shooting guns at people and all, well, Melbourne police here were shooting rubber bullets at people, so that's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Really, it was a battle down in Melbourne. I totally respect that for you guys down there. You fought hard. But this is what I'm getting. The Braveheart bikers and the Mavericks are like tacked on the end, and now we're marching past, but because people are looking at us like, how did it's this how did these people know? How did they know and we didn't see it? And it's showing that we've joined the end of these like Anzac Day marches or this kind of, I know that's a very strange analogy, but that's what it's saying, is we become part of the freedom fighters who fought for our kids' future and our lives moving forward, and we fought for freedom and we fought really hard. And I always talk about the way we fought. Yes, a lot of us went to protests in Ottawa or here in Australia or wherever you're living, New Zealand. A lot of us did do those things, but it's about we turned our back on government. And that's how we fought this battle, and we worked towards our freedom again. We turned our back on government because that's where the real battle was. And people are seeing that now. So it's like we're getting people, it's showing me in the crowd, like people holding their little flags, whether it's Canada or it's Australia or it's New Zealand or it's Germany or America. It doesn't matter what country you're living in. But it's showing me that our big movement of freedom fighters is now joining like these big like Anzac Day parades and army marches, military marches. The Braveheart bikers are now like popped on the end as part of these big movements moving forward. That's really funny, isn't it? And that's just what the guides are showing me. They're showing me we've been in these big battles, and we've earned our spot in these big marches because we fought for freedom. And it's showing me like the Mel Gibson out the front on the horse, or you know how you get someone out the front and they hold the flag, like, you know, 55th platoon or whatever it is. And then we've got the Braveheart bikers, you know, the Braveheart bikers got the picture of the mountain, and someone's holding that up, and they look like Braveheart. They've got the face paint on, and they're moving forward in this like big procession of freedom fighters. That's what we're getting. We're getting that visual today. So maybe finally there's like some, and not that we do it for that. We don't do it for the recognition and the acknowledgement. But what they're saying is people are looking at us now because we saw it first, and they now know that they've got the battle of their lives ahead of them. This is the sleepwalkers. Let me see what else we get today. Wow, that's really bizarre, isn't it? That's bizarre. Hang on, let me see what else I get today. God. And you know what they're showing me? They're showing me like this is all of us. And I'm getting visions that it's like, remember there's visions of when the war ended? I think it was the German war and all that. And then there's people in the streets like just dancing and kissing people, and their hats are thrown in the air, and everyone just went crazy excited when the war ended. Well, I'm getting visions of that. Maybe this is about the reset ending. Wouldn't that be good? Or maybe it's also about people waking up, and then we're finally that excited that people are waking up, because it's becoming so obvious what's going on. The world is collapsing to sleepwalkers, and it's having to be acknowledged now. I said they've had to take their big masks off and put them down and start to look, because it's coming at the rate of knots at them. So that's what I'm getting. It's like that. It's saying like victory. Oh, that's so positive. Fingers. We take any victory here, even a little low, but it is showing me that feeling of elation where everything's like come to an end, but it's in a positive way. So I'm getting that, but that could be in down the track. I'm not saying that's going to happen tomorrow, but I am feeling that there's excitement in our camp. This is in our camp, the Braveheart Bikers camp. Let me see what else we get today. This is very interesting today, isn't it? Remember, these are predictions. These are for the future. God, I'm getting that there's going to be a few people summoned to court. Let me see where this is. I am getting England. I think there could be a bit of corruption that's happened over there that's being discovered now. It could be like a bit of corruption that they're going to have a few hearings. As we know, nothing much ever comes of anything. But at least if things get exposed, I guess it stops any sort of, well, some corruption from moving forward, because it slows their corruption down a little bit. So we've got to look at it as positive. It's not around sushi. It's something like further in the background, not to do with him. I am getting that. There's some corruption that might be getting exposed in England in the parliament sort of thing. Way back. It's fair way back. What do they call branch stacking? What's that? I'm getting that word, but anyway, I'm not sure there. I'm just getting a few little messages coming through. I'll see what else I get today. Good. I'm getting Australia, that Australia's collapsing financially. Australia's got huge debt. We're in financial debt. Oh my God. And they just keep putting everything up on the little people. So the little people are paying for everything. We know what they're paying for. They're paying for all the expense of the jab wheel and all the rest of it. So I'm getting Australia's really struggling. France has got huge debt as well. And see, this is the interesting thing, isn't it? They're saying that China wants to be the big saviour. China wants to step in and it's like China keeps sending in... It's showing China reaching out with an olive branch to Australia. No thanks. I don't want to accept the olive branch personally. So I am getting there's an olive branch. You just don't want those ties with China, do you? It's just bad news. So I'm getting that for Australia. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm just getting London, like England. You're back on the map. I feel like you are. You're back on the map. It's not that you ever left the map, but you just didn't have that. You were sort of only on the map for the royals, and now I feel like you're going to politically, because of sushi, you're going to be back on the map. I said he's a very clever man, and he's putting you back on the map. You're going to be like back on the world stage. You're going to have a lot more power politically, is what I'm saying. God, I'm getting a lot around Christianity. Nothing against anyone who's religious. I try not to offend people on here, but I just have to say what comes through. Christianity, I feel like there's going to be a lot of things getting discovered around religion. Religion's going to come to the fore. I guess a lot of things are being exposed now around this. There's because I think what it is there's such an abundance of religions now. If you think about it, the world's really opened up to religion. There's more variety of religions. So I get that Christianity is kind of saying it's like phasing out. Like it's a lot. Well, it's not as recognised as it once was. And I think we could all say that too. Once upon a time, you know, a lot of people were Catholics, or they were this, or they were Church of England, they were Baptist, they were like, these things are kind of phasing out now. And I do feel that this is around religion. I feel like it's that new generation that everything's changing. We know it is. Look at the gender movements. So now there's like these going to be these religion movements as well. And see, this could be also part of the new reset. This could be part of the new reset. Setting up new religions, a different form of religions. And that could be getting, as we know, indoctrinated into the kids coming through school and things without us even knowing it, the little seed planting things we often talk about here. But I am getting there's these changes in religion. It's going to be really multifaceted. Hang on a minute. I feel like religion's going to become a part of what you focus on. Like, this is for the youth coming up. This is probably not for all of us because we sort of have our own views, don't we? We sort of talk more here about spirituality and we speak of it here on my channel in general terms. Like, I have no problem with anybody's spirituality. What you are doesn't faze me at all because if that's what makes people happy. But I am feeling there's going to be this multi-layered sort of forms of religion coming through. There's a real change in religion, and it's being controlled to work that way. I keep getting this. It's like is it a hexagon? They keep showing me this shape of like it's got like all flat sides. You know how you'd get like a paperweight, like a crystal paperweight, and it's got all different like facets to it, like, you know, maybe 8 to 12 different facets on this paperweight, like a crystal paperweight. But that's what I'm getting around the religion. It's going to be, I guess what they're saying is more transparent, but it's going to be like this new creation of religion. Hang on. Just can't quite get to the details of this. So I'm guessing they haven't really rolled any of this much out yet, but that could be a new, because they're showing me a blue carpet, like a reset carpet, of course, but it's blue. It's like a real emeraldy blue, and that's the religion. That this is about the religion. Well, I'm putting it under the word religion, but it's also about universal religions and these kind of things, really. And this is probably, yeah, I think it's coming for the youth. They because you think about it, a lot of youth, if you know, anyone sort of maybe under 25, that they're not really into being a Catholic. They don't go to church every Sunday, a lot of them. Their lives have really changed from when we were little, if you're around my age group. So I am getting that there's these big changes in the religious areas, and it's part of the reset. We'll have to look more into this, but I'm getting the blue carpet. They could be thinking about rolling the next parts out. Okay, I'll see if there's something else today. God, I'm getting that anyone with challenging behaviours, does that ring any bells, guys, for us, are going to be dealt with. They're going to be put in their place. Anyone who challenges the narrative or the government will be put in their place. We know they will, with fines, freezing bank accounts, you name it. It seems to have already been happening anyway. Put on the naughty chair. God, we're tired of this, aren't we? We're always like the naughty children. But I am getting that people will be put in their place. They're not going to muck around. We know they've been passing a lot of bills in the background about freedom of speech and this kind of thing. So people are going to get shut down very quickly if you speak against things, or your Facebooks will be shut down, YouTubes will be shut down. We know they play with my comments all the time. They take them off all the time. I can't even... makes me so frustrated. So I am getting that things are going to start to get really shut down. Oh, they're horrible, aren't they, the way they're doing this? I'll see if there's something else to close with today. God, I'm getting the banks. It's saying that the banks are coming online, like that one digital central bank or whatever they're calling it. It's all coming online now. They're starting a big setup. Getting the carpet with the dollar signs on it. Yep, that part of the reset is all happening. That they've got the one big central bank starting to get online now. Everything's starting to feed into that system now. It is. It's starting to happen. It's all feeding in to that system. It's just not good, is it? It just isn't good. It's just not. Let's just see if there's something to close with today. Oh God, they keep giving me like flashes of all these songs sometimes, and I'm like, oh, stop. Let me see what else I get today. Oh God, sorry guys, I'm getting too many things. Just wait. God, they're showing me these visions for some reason of Beatlemania. Like, you know, when crowds would go really crazy with Beatlemania and they go, and they'd get all emotional and all, like the girls would go crazy and everyone was always yelling and arms in the air. Well, I'm getting these scenes of like Beatlemania where there's this like madness and the crowd's just going mad and people are screaming. And I would say this is about finding out about their reality. It has to be, because they've been lied to. Now they don't know what's going on. They're overwhelmed. They're feeling sick. They'd feel ill about what they've been jabbing in their arm. Can you imagine when you wake up 3 years later and you wake up to all of this and what you've gone through, all of that, and it was all a lie and you've been conned? That's Beatlemania right there, just screaming, people going crazy. And it's almost like saying it's like dangerous, you know, when you get that stampede crowd and everyone's crazy, it gets a bit overwhelming. Well, that's what the Great Awakening is starting to happen. People are really waking up. Hang on a minute. Oh God, the gods are just being sarcastic and they're saying fun times ahead. It's going to get ugly. So stay safe, everybody. Look after yourself. Oh God, hang on a minute. They keep giving me all these songs and I just can't narrow it down. Hang on a minute. It's like they're flashing back through all the songs that we've had on here. They're giving me every song, like Time Won't Give Me Time. Just they're flashing every song in front of my face. It's frustrating. Cry Me a River. God, everything. Hang on. Oh, Enough is Enough. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Hang on. God, they're giving me a John Fogerty song. They're saying I've got to get this song right. What's that song? Down in the jungle, do 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 do. Is it John Fogerty? Hang on. God, I can hear it. I just can't think of it, guys. Down in the jungle. Do 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 do. Oh, it's gone. Look, I'll I'll look it up and I'll put it down below. I'm sure it's John Fogerty. Oh, I can even hear the song. It's like do. Can't think of the name of it, guys. I'll put it down below. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. I've got so much to do today. I'm going to head off. Might even come on and do a video with the doggos later. Hit the like buttons, guys. Comment down below. I'll write the song down below as well. Sometimes the guys just smother me with information and I just can't pinpoint these. Oh my God. All right, I will say goodbye from Australia and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.